Hey everybody, Brandon Swanson here from MVP. And yes, we are back at it today with our team previews, or some people would say, back at it again with the white vans. If you don't understand the reference, please stop watching the video. But, like I was saying, back at it again with our team previews, and today we are going to head to the AFC South and take a look at the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts last season, they end at 8-8, and for Indianapolis, that is just not good enough. When you have a star quarterback like Andrew Luck, that's just not going to cut it. But unfortunately, their star quarterback lost a little bit of his stardust this past season with multiple injuries, a shoulder injury, rib cartilage injury. Things were just not good for Andrew Luck. Played in just 7 games, and in those 7 games, things were not great. 15 touchdowns compared to 12 interceptions. That ratio, too close. Way too close. And the Colts, ultimately, all around the football, things weren't great. They were okay, and it's sometimes good, but never great for Indianapolis this past year. Things have to change moving forward. However, a couple of key losses for Indy. One of them, Coby Fleener. And I say that because if you look at Coby Fleener's numbers, they're nothing necessarily to write home about. Fleener was the number 3 receiver on the team with 54 receptions, 491 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's nothing, especially when you look at tight ends from around the league, Eifert, other guys like that. That's honestly not good. But Fleener, he was just another person to target. He heads to New Orleans, where I think he plays a much bigger role with the New Orleans Saints than he probably would have ever been able to play with the Indianapolis Colts. Two big losses, I think, for the Colts are on the defensive side. It's Jarrell Freeman and Dwight Lowery. Those were 2 of their top 3 defenders from last season. Freeman heads to Chicago, Lowery to San Diego. And for the Colts, on a defense that gave up too many points last year, they're going to have to restructure some things around and see what they can do to better things this year. Things have got to be better for Indianapolis in this coming season. If they could have been, well, not bit so badly by the injury bug last year, they win the AFC South. I certainly believe that. Houston was good but not great. And the Colts, they have the pieces. I think they have the pieces to win the South. Some people would say, Brandon, it doesn't take much. And it might not, but you still have to win it. You still have to win it. And that's one thing the Colts were not able to do last year. There's a couple of additions for Indianapolis. They get Patrick Robinson, cornerback from San Diego. They also had a couple of running backs, Jordan Todman and Robert Turbin. Turbin comes from Dallas and Todman from Pittsburgh. Neither of those guys, in my mind, I think, solve the issue at running back. Frank Gore, what's going to solve it? It's just going to be him getting better, and he knows it. He's already said that he needs to get better on the offensive side of the football. He had less than 1,000 yards and only 6 touchdowns on the year. They need to give it to Gore a little bit more, pound it a little bit more with him. But Frank Gore, if you're looking for the San Francisco Frank Gore running back of old, you're not necessarily going to get him. Will you get flashes? Certainly, but you will not get that awesome running back that you had in San Francisco. That's just not where Frank Gore is, especially now at this point in his career. Some things to look forward to for this season. What has to happen? Andrew Luck. And what needs to happen even before Luck takes the field this season? His contract. Andrew Luck is going to be owed $16.1 million this year. And next year, without a new contract, becomes an unrestricted free agent. If I'm Jim Irsay, I go, what am I doing? Luck should have been signed yesterday. Honestly. Jim Irsay saying that, if they sign Andrew Luck needs to do something for them. Well, how about you keep your quarterback happy? And he certainly will. How about that, Jimmy? How about that? But the health of Andrew Luck is going to be crucial. A shoulder injury last year, like I said, along with a rib injury, it was a double whammy for Andrew. But I think that this coming year, he shakes the injury bug. He gets back to the Andrew Luck of old. And this guy is a star. He performs, and get him on your fantasy team. Expect big things from Andrew Luck this season. The offensive line is going to be a huge part that plays into that. They've got to keep him upright. They have got to do a better job porous on the offensive line. They've got to be better. That will also lead to an improved running game, but I think Frank Gore needs to do a little bit better job on his end. 960-some yards, 6 touchdowns is okay, but it's not what's going to get you to winning your division. The losses of Lowry and Freeman, again, huge for the Indianapolis Colts, but other guys are going to have to step up. And I think that a big piece of Andrew Luck's injury last year was a big reason why the Colts struggled defensively, because their quarterbacks, their tandem of 4 guys who, all of them who I named earlier, none of them really should be starters. They're all backups. They're all backup quarterbacks, and that put the defense out on the field a whole lot more this season, and they were gassed. They were absolutely gassed. And it's like in baseball. Your pitchers can't go a good distance. Bullpen, gonna be gassed after a while. And for the Colts, that's what happened to their defense. I look for better days ahead for the Indianapolis Colts. I think we're going to see things going much better for Indy this year. 8-8 was their record last year, but they had some quality wins. However, folks, go and take a look at their schedule. It's not gonna be an easy one. Not going to be an easy one, but they could definitely be up to the task in a division that the AFC South a couple years ago, easily winnable each year for Indy. Now, with a revamped Houston and a Jacksonville that is coming a long, long ways, look out. Look out, because the AFC South is becoming what could be one of the most underrated divisions in the NFL. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, you're taking a look at this preview and going, all right, I am going to definitely go and now vote for the Colts to be the first preview. There's some link down below that Ricky has told me about. I've forgotten and clearly didn't ask him before this, so I'm going to do what I usually do. Go and check it out for yourself. It's somewhere down there or somewhere over the rainbow. I think that's the rainbow's over here somewhere. But yeah, go take a look at it. Vote for the Colts, and if enough people are voting for them, you will see your preview first. But again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking in. Again, Brandon Swanson here at MVP. Make sure you check me out at young_Swan on Twitter, at MVP or Most Valuable Pod on Twitter as well. Go and check us out. I'm sure Sean Anderson's going to have us up with some sort of different account on social medias that people don't even know about. I'm sure we have a Tumblr by now for no apparent reason than to just have a Tumblr. But folks, make sure you check us out. It's always fun. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? You're clearly not having enough fun, because guess what? When you subscribe to us, you will have fun. Why? We are the fun, folks. We are the fun. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out again very, very soon. So long, everybody.